This is 2 Corinthians 2:11. And it says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. I like to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's Brother Shatir from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. And the reason why I chose the scripture, all right, and this is going to be my last 2 cents on the Oscar debacle, because I did a video on it not too long ago, but there's also something else that I want to say through the spirit, which I feel that many brothers suspect, okay, and that this whole so-called slap heard around the world is merely just a trick, like a what they call maybe like a sleight of hand. Like, look at what the right hand's doing, but the left hand's doing something else. And what I want to do is just see if I'm using the correct terminology. So, dictionary, sleight of hand meaning, manual dexterity, typically in performing tricks. It says skillful deception. Ooh. Okay. And that's what Bad Uncle Esau is. He is a person that's very skilled in deception. All right. Because you have to remember, when you go to Genesis, I believe it's the second chapter. No, it's the third chapter. Okay. Genesis 3:1. It says, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field. Now let's get that word subtle. All right. This is Genesis 3. And it's Irowan.
Strong's H, 6175. Arum. Arum. Second entry. Arom. Arom.
So it says subtle, shrewd, crafty, sly, sensible, crafty, shrewd, sensible, prudent, cunning, usually in a bad sense, crafty, prudent, subtle. Now, similar, deception, deceit, dissimulation, double dealing, chicanery, trickery. Well, let's look up some. The use of trickery to achieve a political or financial purpose. Let's do trickery. The practice of deception. Ooh. All right. So it's all the same thing. Okay. It's all the same thing. So what the world just saw a couple of days ago was merely a sleight of hand, a trick, a crafty move to have the masses talking. Because before this happened, what were people paying attention to? World War III, riots in Ukraine, the threat of ICBM nuclear fire, okay, that all this legislation is being passed for cryptocurrency and blockchain, the collapse of the dollar, prices rising. Now nobody's talking about that. Everybody's talking about Will and Chris, Will, Chris and Jada and Chris. All right. Can't lie, the memes have been funny, but nonetheless, everybody's talking about this now. All right. And guarantee you, as soon as this dies down, something else is going to happen to keep your mind off of what's important. And that's what this guy does. This is what this guy does. He keeps your mind occupied so that you lose focus on what's really going on in the world. Because people that are paying attention and informed are dangerous. But as long as the people stay asleep, then you have nothing to fear. That's all they're doing. Because I guarantee you, this is only going to last for only so much longer. All right. And let me get, what's that one? Oh, you know what? I got something better. We're going to go to Proverbs 1 and 1. Proverbs 1 and 1, the Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, to receive the instruction of wisdom, justice, judgment, and equity, to give subtlety to the simple, to the young man knowledge and discretion. A wise man will hear and will increase learning, and a man of understanding shall attain unto wise counsels. It says to understand a proverb and the interpretation, the words of the wise and the dark sayings. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. All right, because as I mentioned earlier in this sit down, this is going to be my last 2 cents on it, but I'm going to speak on this from the perspective that I'm sure many men of the Lord see this as. And as I said before, just merely a trick to keep you distracted. Okay, but the thing is, you have to have the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding to perceive that this is merely a tool of the enemy, deception. Because all those that are not grounded in this truth will fall for this jackassery, and they'll probably still be speaking on it about 6 months later down the line. Right? The true wise men of the world will know what the deal is with this situation because they know that their adversary, the devil, which means deceiver, all right, is seeking to devour people. And the best way you can devour a person is spiritually and mentally. And many people will not perceive that this is something that's keeping their mind occupied on foolishness instead of paying attention to what really is going on in this world. Things that are directly affecting them on a daily basis, whether they go to the store, whether they go get gas, whether it be paying their light bill, their gas bill, trying to purchase a car. Okay, all of these things they should be paying attention to, but instead they're going to be looking at this folly. Why? Because it's setting great dignity here, and the masses love folly. As it's as let me read that again. For the fear of Yahweh is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. All right, you tell people that this is merely just a smoke and mirrors, the sleight of hand. And they'll just be like, oh boy, here I'm this dude with the tinfoil hat again. But that's the furthest thing from the truth. The truth is, keep the masses occupied, keep them dumb, keep them in the dark, keep giving them the bread and circus. For as long as they eat it up, it's nothing to worry about. But as I mentioned earlier, a true man of the Lord will know that this is a bunch of knowledge. This is a bunch of nonsense, I should say. Didn't mean to say knowledge, but a bunch of nonsense to get the people talking about foolishness. And a man of the Lord knows that this is merely the folly of the week or the month or or the 2 months, however long it is. And he knows that as soon as this starts to die down, as something pops up with war or that burning desire that many of these adults have for younger children, then another incident will come up. And that's all it really is. So that's all I wanted to say on this subject. Hope you all were edified. Until the next time, we're going to say shalom.